Good afternoon and welcome to iXchange 2021, our first ever to be held virtually. I'm Jan Heller, Chair of the Board of Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Northeastern Pennsylvania. Our three-pronged mission at Ben Franklin includes developing early-stage technology-based firms with investments, expertise, and networks. We support innovation in established manufacturers by funding and linking clients with Pennsylvania's colleges and universities, helping them to compete in the international marketplace through technology. We also promote an innovative community-wide structure that supports high-growth companies through initiatives like our Ben Franklin Tech Ventures Business Incubator. With 14 member incubators, the Ben Franklin Business Incubator Network is among the largest in the nation and lets us leverage our years of incubation experience to the benefit of startups throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. From the onset of the COVID pandemic, dozens of Ben Franklin clients applied technology quickly and effectively to address many issues, from biotechnology companies developing vaccines and tests to telemedicine providers facilitating remote medicine, to learning platforms allowing instruction at home, and so much more. The agility of early-stage technology firms and innovative manufacturers to respond to a crisis or more market opportunity quickly is emblematic of Ben Franklin clients. And our clients are part of the economic solution too, by creating and retaining highly paid, sustainable, technology-based jobs that will accelerate the financial recovery. The Ben Franklin Technology Partners enables client companies to both create good jobs and to develop and implement innovative solutions that fight COVID-19 and prevent or address disasters yet to come. Both of these contributions will be pivotal as we move forward. Pennsylvania's budget line item for the Ben Franklin Technology Development Authority, which funds the Ben Franklin Technology Partners, was $14.5 million in the 2019 to 2020 fiscal year. The governor had budgeted an increase to $19.5 million for the 2020 to 21 fiscal year that began on July 1st, 2020, but then COVID hit. Ben Franklin generates a $3.90 to $1 return on the state's investment, providing state revenue and boosting Pennsylvania's economy. Investing in innovation makes sense in the best of times and is even more critical now. Recognizing that the governor tagged Ben Franklin early in the pandemic to launch the Pennsylvania Manufacturing Call to Action portal to rapidly mobilize innovative manufacturers to produce critical medical products. Then last spring, each of the 4 statewide Ben Franklins received a one-time $1 million grant matched by each Ben Franklin to invest in promising clients that were strongly affected by the pandemic. Ben Franklin Northeast invested that money in 41 regional companies. COVID-19 has demonstrated that investments in innovation will help reboot the economy and save lives. In 2020-2021, Ben Franklin's funding remained at last year's level. We appreciate the state's confidence and support of our work. We look forward to continuing to partner with elected leaders to ensure Pennsylvania remains the gold standard for high-tech investments that build a strong economy and support innovations that improve human condition. The Ben Franklin Technology Partners honors the memory of Governor Dick Thornburgh, who created the statewide Ben Franklin program 38 years ago. His efforts resulted in a dynamic, highly successful catalyst for innovation that has earned bipartisan support and helped generate 148,000 Pennsylvania jobs since its inception. Ben Franklin is now one of the most widely known and emulated tech-based economic development programs in the nation. Governor Thornburgh's vision continues to benefit Pennsylvanians now and for decades to come. We are fortunate to receive the sponsorship of many organizations that allows us to present tonight's iXchange. Please see their logos on the iXchange website and join me in thanking them. I have had the privilege of knowing Chad Paul for many years prior to his becoming the president and CEO of Ben Franklin. I participated as a member of the search committee for all of the candidates and had a front row seat. Chad came into the process a little bit later, and I knew at once that we had the right person as a person and as a professional. While having success early on as an entrepreneur and selling his companies, Chad was most excited to come work for Ben Franklin. I couldn't believe that we lucked out with someone of his background and skill set who really wanted to come to Ben Franklin to share his knowledge and his insights in mentoring and guiding young entrepreneurs. As it turned out, we couldn't have hired a better person. I want to emphasize the most lasting and impactful accomplishment of Chad's, the renovation and the expansion of Ben Franklin Tech Ventures Incubator and Post-Incubator Facility, which is located on Lehigh University's campus. Chad not only came up with the idea, but he had the energy and drive to make it happen. We've expanded 3 times from 18,000 square feet to 129,000 square feet under Chad's leadership. This was at a time when there was very little wet lab space in the Lehigh Valley. As I said, it was really Chad's dream and Chad's work that turned this idea into a reality. While Chad championed entrepreneurship, he also continued to advocate and provide funding for established manufacturers, linking them with college and university resources to develop and implement technological improvements. This has allowed Pennsylvania companies to compete globally by applying innovation to produce better, faster, and at a lower cost. Products and services are enhanced, and good jobs are created and retained, which is most important. Chad has provided mentorship and leadership to hundreds of clients, Ben Franklin staff, students, and colleagues. He's served on many nonprofit boards, evidencing the demand for his skill and guidance. He has been a true ambassador for the Lehigh Valley with the Department of Community and Economic Development, the governor's office, and the Pennsylvania legislature in his work to preserve and increase Ben Franklin funding so it could support more regional companies. Chad is an important part of the Ben Franklin reputation in the follow-on funding community. He has a wonderful track record and has helped clients raise $1.6 billion in follow-on funding and has leveraged taxpayer dollars tremendously and created thousands of jobs as companies grew. Vision, creativity, energy, and the ability to execute, coupled with emotional intelligence, are rarely found in one person's skill set. Chad Paul is truly the exception. He brings it to the workplace every day and has made a huge impact on the Lehigh Valley and our overall region. Chad, on behalf of the board, the state, the employees and staff of Ben Franklin, and the many entrepreneurs that you have helped and mentored over the years, congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. We couldn't be prouder of you and more thankful for the job you've done at Ben Franklin.
Chad Paul's vision, leadership, and tenacity have been the drivers behind the lasting accomplishments of the Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Northeastern Pennsylvania over the last 18 years while he was at the helm. We sincerely thank Chad for his work and honor his many contributions to our regional economy. Pennsylvania's 4-center Ben Franklin Technology Partners Network is the recognized national gold standard in tech-based economic development. During Chad's tenure, Ben Franklin Northeast clients have created thousands and retained tens of thousands of well-paid, sustainable jobs. In addition to financial investments, Chad has continued to develop Ben Franklin's secret sauce by introducing and connecting companies to a proven network that accelerates their success. Leveraging the Ben Franklin endorsement, our clients have raised $1.6 billion in follow-on funding beyond our investment. Chad also recognized the importance of tech-based manufacturing in the regional economy. Ben Franklin links manufacturers to the deep resources in Pennsylvania's colleges and universities, applying technology to help companies be more globally competitive. CHAD has advanced business incubation throughout northeastern Pennsylvania through the 13-member Ben Franklin Business Incubator Network, which is among the largest in the world. This network includes the Bloomsburg Regional Technology Center, acquired under CHAD's leadership, and Ben Franklin Tech Ventures. Ben Franklin's business incubator, Tech Ventures, earned the prestigious International Business Innovation Association Incubator of the Year award on 2 occasions and received LEED Gold certification. The creation and expansion of Ben Franklin Tech Ventures was CHAD's singular vision and is among his most brilliant accomplishments. Under CHAD's leadership, Tech Ventures grew 3 times from 18,000 square feet to 129,000 square feet. CHAD raised $16.4 million to fund these massive expansions. Ben Franklin Tech Ventures' largest state-of-the-art meeting and conference space is emblematic of CHAD's success in developing a job creation factory in northeastern Pennsylvania. In recognition and appreciation of CHAD's incredible contributions, the Ben Franklin Technology Partners Board of Directors has officially named this room the R. Chadwick Paul Jr. Room. Ben Franklin Tech Ventures will always stand as Chad Paul's legacy of innovation.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, I congratulate and welcome Ben Franklin's new President and CEO. He's a multiple award-winning senior business executive with comprehensive organizational leadership experience in areas including operations, technology, and P&L. He has held positions of increasing responsibility in the financial services, information technology, and human services sectors. Most recently, he was president and CEO of an independent community foundation where he led business growth in all functional areas. He interfaced with the board to manage compliance, regulatory, and business reputation. Prior to that, he served as regional president, managing director, business development and strategy for a global financial technology organization and held other senior positions in information technology. Our new CEO has earned many awards for professional excellence and community service. He is a published author and has served several times as a featured speaker. He earned an MBA in management from Philadelphia University and a BBA in computer information systems from Temple University. It is my pleasure to introduce the new president and chief executive officer of Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Northeastern Pennsylvania, Angelo J Valletta.
Thank you, Jan. Appreciate the wonderful, warm introduction. And it's been wonderful to work with you, the board, and our staff as I learn more about Ben Franklin's crucial work in advancing the northeastern Pennsylvania technology economy. I truly appreciate your ongoing support and incredible expertise and insight the board members and team provide to Ben Franklin. One of the reasons why we're here today is to recognize individuals and companies for their accomplishments in innovation and entrepreneurship. This afternoon, we present our 26th annual Northeastern Pennsylvania Innovation Awards. These awards recognize companies or individuals who, through Ben Franklin's funding and assistance, have achieved business success, have helped others achieve success, or have improved their companies through innovation. Please see the iXchange website for full descriptions of each award. And now, the Northeastern Pennsylvania Innovation Award winners. Our first recognition is the Incubator Graduate Award. As Jan noted earlier, and as we all saw in the video, Chad Paul has been an incredible driving force in business incubation in northeastern Pennsylvania. In creating and expanding Ben Franklin Tech Ventures and facilitating best practices throughout the region through the Ben Franklin Business Incubator Network. Ben Franklin's board of directors has decided to honor Chad's vision, drive, and success in advancing business incubation by officially renaming the iXchange Incubator Graduate Award to the R. Chadwick Paul Jr. Incubator Graduate Award. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, Chad. The R. Chadwick Paul Jr. Incubator Graduate Award winner is a modern warehousing and fulfillment company that has built a fulfillment network used by some top direct-to-consumer brands, including Allbirds, Rothy's, and Stasher Bags, as well as Rad Power Bikes. In addition to the firm's fulfillment network, its inventory order management software permits single-click integrations to Spotify, Amazon, and NetSuite, allowing brands to launch in hours instead of weeks or months. Ben Franklin invested several times in this company in 2013 to 2016 and supported its sales and marketing strategy and digital security infrastructure. Founded in 2015 in Tech Ridge, Scranton, which is a member of the Ben Franklin Business Incubator Network, the company now employs 11 and revenues continue to increase month over month. It is my distinct honor to present the inaugural R. Chadwick Paul Jr. Incubator Graduate Award to Channel 8, Scranton, Mike Everto, Chief Executive Officer, and Jason DiPietropolo, Chief Operating Officer, accepting. Congratulations, Mike and Jason.
So right off the bat, I mean, starting up a company like this, didn't have my own capital to bring to the table. So Ben Franklin was number one, very helpful there. They took a risk on us when nobody else did. And and I think the second thing was as we were always trying to find talent and people, Ben Franklin was always there to kind of push us in the right direction or even send some people our way, just knowing what we did. Ken Okrepke has been very helpful. He's been instrumental since day one. He's always there and has been asking to help with whatever we need. And I think number two behind Ken has been Wayne Bars. We've worked with him a few times. I think being able to get the office space at the incubator right in the very beginning was also very helpful. I mean, rents were pretty low, plus there was just kind of the atmosphere and the entrepreneurial spirit. So it was great to be a part of that in the very beginning, and I think that helped us connect with the right talent as well as the right mindset for growth. A lot of people don't necessarily know that Ben Franklin's around and they're trying to start a business, and I think what Ben Franklin has done really well is help kind of pair these entrepreneurs that have these great ideas to kind of the resources that they need to be successful here within NEPA.
Our next winner delivers enterprise-level information technology solutions to the federal and commercial agencies nationwide. The company provides software development services for large-scale, public-facing web and mobile applications, as well as data analytics, systems integration services, and cloud computing. Its solutions join knowledge, data, transactions, and design to enhance efficiency. Ben Franklin has invested a total of $125,000 in the company in 2012 and 2014. Headquartered in Ben Franklin's Bloomsburg Regional Technology Center, the firm extensively hires talented Bloomsburg University graduates. Starting with two founders a decade ago, the winner now employs 68 and has more than doubled its revenue in the last 5 years. This year's Entrepreneurial Achievement Award goes to Optimo, Bloomsburg. Michael Miguelez, founder and chief executive officer, accepting. Congratulations, Michael.
Some of our challenges, obviously, as a small business, right, especially in a rural area, is access to capital. When we have an idea, we don't require a ton of capital, but when we do, it's hard to find access to capital. So working with Ben Franklin for them to provide that access to capital to allow us to explore our ideas and innovate through some of those ideas has been huge for us. Fred Cluck has been, just a fantastic advocate for us. We've been in this building since it opened up, and we were thrilled when Ben Franklin took it over. They've been really good supporting us and pretty much doing whatever they possibly can to make sure we're in a good place in this office building, and also helping to get the word out about Optimo, making introductions in the marketplace to other folks at Ben Franklin. So Fred has been outstanding, and really appreciate everything he's done for us. We're very proud. Starting a technology business in a rural area is hard enough. Going through the ups and downs of economic downturns and pandemics is compounding that difficulty. The resiliency of our employees and staff through all of those downtimes is what enables us to come out better and stronger on the other side. So this award is meaningless without all of the employees, every employee at Optimo, the management staff, all the software developers, project managers, business analysts, across the board. Every single employee has contributed to the success of the company and led to this award.
The winner of the Product Innovation Award provides a turnkey platform for remote clinical services, white labeled to a patient's chosen provider. SignalLamp extends the reach and clinical capacity of healthcare providers to manage vulnerable patients, including those affected by COVID-19. Outside the traditional clinical setting, SignalLamp Health's platform triages and assesses patients and engages nurses and other clinical staff by telephone, text, or video conference. The company's model is plug and play. With more than 100 employees, the company was recognized on the prestigious Inc. 500 list of the fastest growing private companies in the United States, ranking 240 overall, number 18 in the health industry, and number 1 in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, with a 3-year growth rate of 1,844%. This year's Product Innovation Award goes to SignalLamp Health Incorporated, Scranton. Drew Carney and Andrew Goldberg, co-founders, accepting. Congratulations, Drew and Andrew.
Ben Franklin was one of our earliest investors, and in addition to capital out of the gate, there's some mentorship and some help and access to resources, and an enormous amount of support and cheerleading throughout our entire journey here. Yeah, I'd like to thank Ken Okrepke from Ben Franklin Tech Partners. He is our constant advocate. There's no point in our process where he hasn't tried to be helpful or provide introductions, keep us aware of resources that may be available at the state and local level, as well as connect us with various venture capital firms and potential strategic partners every chance he gets. It all starts with an idea, but if you can't get the right people and build the right sense of purpose around you, you'll be alone with that idea and it won't get out of the gate. And I could say without a doubt, SignalLamp would be nowhere without my co-founder Andy Goldberg and our first nurse Jen Castro. They have just steadfast in the mission and every day make this a possibility. Yeah, we really appreciate the recognition from Ben Franklin. It's a long, difficult, often lonely road as an entrepreneur, and to get a little recognition along the way helps you step outside your own vacuum of your own ideas and challenges and doubt, self-doubt along the way, and be recognized for some of that progress is really nice.
This year's winner of the Innovative Application of Technology Award is a second-generation family business manufacturing custom prescription foot orthotics for podiatrists and medical professionals across the United States since 1983. Ben Franklin invested $44,500 in the company in 2019 and connected Lehigh University's Center for Supply Chain Research to increase facility capacity and identify process improvements and additional quality measures. After implementing the recommendations, the firm enhanced fixtures, improved efficiency, and realized a reduction in lead times of 14%. With 45 employees, the winner continues to implement new technologies like 3D printing and emphasizes the importance of a focused strategy as it grows. The company is expanding its markets into the direct-to-consumer products with its new custom insoles. This year's Innovative Application of Technology Award goes to Solo Laboratories Incorporated, Kutztown. Jonathan Nolgo, owner and R&D engineer. Jamin Sokal Westenhofer, owner and president. And Lindsay Sokal Seiko, chief executive officer, are accepting. Congratulations, Solo.
The thing I love about coming to work every day is the people that I get to work with and the fact that we're doing something so much bigger than just manufacturing the orthotics. We're trying to create an experience for our customers and create a lasting experience through service. Ben Franklin, we first learned of them when we were looking to create a new product, a new material. So we got introduced to Ben Franklin and started working with their additive manufacturing lab. And then that transitioned from making a new material to then possibly doing 3D printing and getting some better processes in place for our production and our manufacturing to help us scale for growth. So we got connected with Connie from Ben Franklin, and she introduced us to a group called the SPI, who came in and then helped kind of work with our team to map out the production floor and the different areas that we could improve in our efficiencies and our throughput. For us as the second generation leaders of Solo, we're really excited about the opportunities that we have to carry this business forward and to continue the mission of serving others, loving others. And I'm so grateful for the whole team that I have here at Solo. Everybody is great and so committed to working together, and just the feeling that you get from working with the team that we have, and everybody's really here for the right reasons. And I just feel very blessed and grateful that we can carry this forward.
The Manufacturing Achievement Award winner supplies high-integrity steel castings for the pump, power generation, and military industries. Investing nearly $350,000 in the company over more than 2 decades, Ben Franklin has played a long-term and key role in supporting the company's competitiveness in a very challenging industry. In collaboration with Lehigh University's Enterprise Systems Center, the Strategic Early Warning Network, the Manufacturing Resource Center, and other economic development partners, Ben Franklin provided the winner with pivotal technical, manufacturing, and financial support. As a result, the company significantly increased its bottom line from 2018 to 2019, while simultaneously increasing employment by 9% to an incredible 82. The company has distinguished itself in the industry in customer retention and growth. This year's Manufacturing Achievement Award goes to Effort Foundry Incorporated, Bath. Charles D. Hamburg, Chief Executive Officer, and William C. Easterly, President, are accepting. Congratulations, Charlie and Bill.
Many of the orders we receive are from aftermarket segments of industry served by our customers. Hence, quality and delivery are critical to our success as well as that of our customers. Effort's team can be categorized as a stable workforce of approximately 85 hardworking team members, most of whom have many years of experience with the company. Given the complexities of the process, this stability, along with attention to details, are absolutes if success is to be achieved. Parts we produce, which can be described as single and double and open impellers, pumps and valve casings, Y bodies, along with many, many others. Our customers are included in industries including chemical, energy, material handling, military, nuclear, among many others. On behalf of all of us at Effort Foundry, I'd like to thank Ben Franklin for their awarding us the Manufacturers Achievement Award for this year. We are grateful, as we've been, for their help over a couple decades. Some of that help has come in the form of direct counseling. Others of it have come with working with Lehigh University's ESC program through defect analysis, through sand analysis, through helping us lay out a mold roller line. And it's been really very, very helpful. And over the years, we've improved our profitability as a result of these programs, and we are very, very grateful.
This year's winner of the Frederick J. Best III Partnership Award exemplifies Ben Franklin's role in linking Pennsylvania's higher education community to the regional companies. Serving as Director of Industry Research Engagement and Chairman of the Lehigh Emerging Technologies Network, he was a catalyst for many Ben Franklin company interactions with Lehigh University. He worked with Ben Franklin to introduce clients to technology developments and funding opportunities, and coordinated access to engineering and lab capabilities at Lehigh. He initiated regular meetings among Lehigh's industry-facing research centers and Ben Franklin's regional managers, and participated in meetings of the Berks Medical Device Group. During his 17 years at Lehigh University, the winner's broad experience in engineering, management, industry, and with the university enabled him to help dozens of early-stage firms and established manufacturers launch product and process improvements that were crucial to their success. This year's Frederick J. Best III Partnership Award goes to Eugene A. Lucadamo, retired Director of Industry Research Engagement, Lehigh University, Bethlehem.
This brings me back, the award here, getting the award really brings me back to how much I enjoyed working with the Ben Franklin people while I was in my office here over a period of almost 17 years. And I really want to thank the Ben Franklin organization for the honor, and I'm very humble about it, but I really feel honored to have this award come through me to the university. I interacted with quite a few people here at Ben Franklin. Some of the ones that I most closely work with, Connie Failer, Bob Thompson, Ken Okrepke, Wayne Bars, and many others that really deserve to share this award because of the collaboration and the great opportunities that we were able to work on together. I want to thank my wife, Marianne, who supported me through the years and patiently awaited my delayed retirement. I spent the last 20 months since retirement with her, and she's been able to survive that, and I really appreciate it. I hope my next partner award comes from her. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our Ben Franklin Innovation Award winners. Now we'll shift gears for a fireside chat with Angelo Valletta, and longtime Ben Franklin Solutions Network expert and steadfast Ben Franklin supporter, Dale Falcinelli.
Hello, Angelo. I am simply delighted to begin a conversation with you, but I must warn you, I just inhaled a protein bar a few minutes ago. And so now I am ready. So why don't we begin our conversation and get started? I'm going to throw out a question and you can take it from there.
Thank you.
This is a good question. The first question is probably my best. Now that you've settled on the job as president, I think you climbed aboard sometime around December of last year. What are your first impressions? In your own words, what was waiting for you here at Ben Franklin after hitting the ground, I should say virtually hitting the ground? What are those first impressions?
Well, first of all, thank you, Dale, and thank you for your time today. and taking time out of your busy schedule to ask a few questions as it relates to Ben Franklin. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for doing that for us. And that's a great start off and a great question, Dale. I feel very blessed and thankful and grateful that when I started at Ben Franklin, Northeastern PA, in that December timeframe, I actually started on January 4th. It seems like ages ago at this point in time. But one of the things that we were able to do, Dale, is I was able to start to build some relationships with our internal team in December. So one of my goals was to be able to speak with every single person on the team before my first day. And I was very blessed to be able to do that, to start building that relationship. And it allowed me to kind of start on January 4th and really hit the ground running. So very blessed and thankful from that perspective. One of the things that really struck me when I started and having those conversations in December was the individuals and the skill sets, the members of the team that were in place. And I really have to commend Chad Paul, the retired CEO of Ben Franklin, to be able to have put together a team of such breadth and knowledge and skill sets that really transcend the marketplace that we do business and investing in early stage organizations and our manufacturing firms. So that's what really struck me in a big way. The team first, what Chad and his team have been able to accomplish over 19 years of his stewardship and his leadership at Ben Franklin. It's second to none from that standpoint. I think that from a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania perspective and what we do with the dollars, those tax dollars that are invested in us, that we can invest in those early stage firms, in those established manufacturers to build technology within their environments. It's just just a wonderful place to be from my perspective. And all that was put on a platter for me to be able to take and for me to steward that and lead the team as we go forward now. And hopefully, I'm blessed for my 18 years at the helm here at Ben Franklin.
Team first. So what other aspects did you observe upon your arrival? What other things were surfacing that were part of Chad's legacy, a legacy that you inherited?
Yeah, great question. I mean, Chad's vision from an incubator perspective to be able to create this incubator environment and have hundreds of thousands of square feet of space for these early stage firms to be able to come into a space and have the availability of technology at their fingertips was just breathtaking for me. That is Chad's vision from that perspective, his legacy from an organizational perspective. So having that available to those early stage firms, and then the not only the incubator but our relationships with the universities, the great Lehigh University and the other universities in our areas that we invest in, to be able to work with our established manufacturers. All that is the vision of Chad, and to be able to put those things into place to help our early stage firms and our established manufacturers.
Hey, Angelo, I have to ask you this question. You spent a good amount of time in transition for all the right reasons. Was there in describing to us the experience that you've had in being introduced to Ben Franklin, was there a funny moment or an aha moment that you experienced that you could share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. as I not only built relationships with our team, the internal team, I've also done that with the board, right? Going through each of our board members. And now, one of the funny things that struck me was that many of the board members said, Angelo, you need to put your own twist and your passion and your philosophy from a mission perspective, but just not mess this up, right? We have a good thing going, right? So, and I promised them that I was going to build those relationships with the team itself, right? So, when you're the new individual coming in, Dale, right, it's my responsibility to understand the organization, understand the mission, and truly the passion and the vision of the organization. Get that from an understanding perspective, and then me act like a chameleon to be able to fit in, and then be able to kind of mold that and take the organization forward, right? So it's my responsibility to ensure that I fit into the culture that has been established over these many years, 19 years underneath Chad's stewardship. That's extremely important. And that's one of my focus areas over the last several months. And it's truly been that. So, funny moment, many of the board members said, let's not mess this up, and let's make sure we move forward and make this even better. So it's good stuff. It was definitely a funny moment, but I heard that multiple times from the board members.
So it's team first.
Always. Chad, one of the things that I tend to share on a consistent basis is that, that I work for the team, right? So if I work for the team supports our constituents. The team supports our organizations that we invest in. If, I work for the team so the team can work for our clients, the organizations that we invest in, the relationships that we have with the universities, I know at that point it'll be cared for properly from an organizational perspective. So I work for the team, not the other way around.
So that leads to this question, Angelo. Although the planning cycle is in front of you and you're still in transition, if you could share with us, what are your priorities? Is there a to-do list? Can you kind of communicate that from your gut? What is it that's in front of you that you want to put your arms around, that you know is there, that can excite people and have people focused in moving forward under new leadership?
Yeah, great question, Dylan. Thank you for that. One of the things that we're doing right now, and again, it kind of goes back to the team, we're putting together a strategic planning process and have started that process already. And to be able to truly get an understanding on where we're at, where we were, and where we want to move forward to. So we'll put that strategic plan in place. But one of the things that really excites me is that the team itself, the organization, truly marches to the same beat, right? We have a great mission. And, I'm not the smartest bulb in the lamp, Dale, right? I just want to be part of that lamp with many bright bulbs around it. Bring that together and bring that in, right? And make beautiful illumination. I think the key, Dale, is that we truly have the mission and vision of jobs. How do we create jobs? How do we sustain jobs? And how do we keep our jobs in our great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? And our organization truly believes in that mission, vision, and passion from that standpoint. So as we start to build that strategic plan to grow, to put in processes, how do we reach more of our early stage organizations? How do we invest more in our early stage organizations? How do we invest and find those established manufacturers that need some assistance from a process, an engineering, a technology perspective, partner them with our great universities that we have in our Commonwealth, and surely bring that together as a facilitator, as an orchestrator, so to speak, bring that all together and synthesize that from that standpoint, Dale. That's some of the things that we want to bring to the table. And we will have some programs that we'll build and we'll build out to increase our investment in our organization so we can have greater returns, so we can invest more into our early stage organizations, right? There's never enough money, Dale. As Chad said to me in the past, we always wish we had more to give. I don't think we'll ever have a problem where we have more money that we can to be able to invest in our organizations. And by gosh, I wish we had more money than the need. But we have that need out there, and we as an organization will find that need, ensure that we're investing in those right organizations.
And so this is a tough question to address. It's sort of personal. You have many attributes, but among those attributes, you have a diverse background, and also you have many experiences to call upon. How do you leverage, given your role with Ben Franklin as its new leader, how do you leverage the who you are to make your job that much more productive and result driven? How do you do that?
You know what, Dale? I look at it very simple. I try to keep life as well as leadership very, very simple, right? And if I can, you just indulge me on a short story. Is when I was raising my children, I tried not to have a whole lot of rules, but really a function of what life is all about, and to live life to what I would call, for my kids, I had 5 R's. For me in my life, as I'm much more older and mature, I have 7 R's that I try to live with, right? So, it's that motherhood and apple pie. Take responsibility for your actions all the time, right? Have resolve, right? Within yourself. Take a breath, step back before acting. Think about those actions, and then ensure that you'll take responsibility for those actions. Do the right thing. It's an easy, we know as humans what the right thing is all of the time. So it's a very simple way from that perspective. But as I start to navigate, and I have 35 years of financial services and technology experience. I have several years with running a nonprofit for a community-based independent foundation from an investment perspective. Of course, that knowledge and an understanding of business and technology and how to run an organization will come to the forefront because I've lived that. But my simple rules kind of reverberate throughout my leadership style from that standpoint. I know it's a little bit different way to answer that question, Dale, mm-hmm. but it's truly who I am, and it's truly how I lead and how I really go about my life in general.
It's interesting. Angelo, you have proven technical skills, and your conceptual skills speak for themselves because you've been engaged in strategic planning for many years as a process. But what resonates from what you're saying is, at the end of the day, where you are in your career and where Ben Franklin is in its evolution, it's much more today about people skills, empowering and enabling. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, without question. Our emotional intelligence today is more important than it has ever been. And it's truly, and I'll use a term that I've been using really for the better part of my whole career, and it's called empathy, right? Putting yourself in the other individual's shoes. That's emotional intelligence, right? Truly putting yourself in an understanding of what the other person is, ensuring that you have your convictions, your understanding, but really getting a perspective of the other person and bringing that to the table, because that's the way you synergize. That's how you bring the best approach to the forefront as we start to bring this collective mindset, culture, individuals, organizations, bring that together, synthesize that together to make beautiful business. And in a musical term, make beautiful music from that standpoint.
You know, it's interesting. What you're saying speaks to listening skills, the ability, the willingness to listen. Can you comment on that?
Absolutely. It's one of the things my mom would say to me all the time. Angelo, you were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak. Right? And that it's truly an art that has been lost. And the reason is because many times individuals are hiding behind their keyboard, firing off emails, going onto social media, putting things out in social media that could hurt another individual, right? If people can listen to the words that they're typing before they send that out, I think the world would be a little bit better place, right? My mother would also say to me is that never say something to anyone that you would not want your grandmother to hear. And that's true, because we're very reverent to our grandparents. They're like the most wonderful people in the world in most cases, for our family from that standpoint. So they're the things from that I like to bring to the table. It's hearing what the other people, what our team is saying, what our early stage innovators are saying, bring that together, and again, bring that synergy at one place so we can drive the betterment of the organization and for them and ourselves.
You know, Angelo, among the many things I think we have in common, we are both born to Italian mothers.
That is true.
I can agree and sympathize with the example that you just provided, which kind of sort of takes us to another subject. Ben Franklin Technology Partners. Technology Partners is in the name. It's part of the name. It's part of the psyche. It helps define Ben Franklin. But my question to you is, how do you, Angelo, define technology? Is it narrow definition, or is it a wide, all-inclusive definition?
Dale, that is a wonderful question. And it's really something that I've been discussing for many years. Technology is not in a box, right? The technology that enables organization and the engineering, yes, is in a box, but technology reverberates throughout the organization. And when you're working with a company or an organization here at Ben Franklin, or in a Fortune 500 or even a Fortune 100, there are very few organizations within an organization that touches every single piece of the firm. And that's technology. Think of technology as a horizontal on those vertical approaches. You'll have finance, you have operations, you have the sales organization, and they all live in their verticals, and they meet each other and they collaborate with each other. But there is one organization that touches each and every single one of them, and that's technology. And that's one of the things that I brought to the table in every single firm that I work for, is that approach and partnership. So you mentioned technology and partners, and PA is the first 2 letters. So we never can forget that we're here for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to sustain jobs, to create jobs, and to enable jobs, right? So, but partners, technology allows for the partnership, that horizontal approach that that can help with the greater good from an organization and from a environmental perspective as well. Without technology, where would we be? We were talking a little bit just before we got started, Dale, about vaccines and connecting with vaccines and, you know, your first shot, your second shot, and so forth. But without those great scientists and engineers and the technology behind it, where would we be today versus a year ago when we did not have a vaccine? It can, if it's leveraged properly, it could bring individuals and people together and propel our fellow humans. That's important to me. That's what I believe technology is. And that's what landed me here at Ben Franklin, because I truly believe that the calling of this organization is to assist others to become great. And if we help and assist an organization that creates a rapid test for COVID-19 and assist in that fashion, if we did that last month, last year, or 15 years ago, we still have been enabled those organizations to be great. And that's what we want to do. It's that partnership and relationships that we have with our organizations that we work with.
Angelo, Tech Ventures is the symbol of Ben Franklin. It's perched on Lehigh's mountaintop campus, and it embraces and engages people, entrepreneurs of all varieties. Here's the question. What was your reaction walking the halls in Tech Ventures in the upper floors where you were bypassing literally 40 incubator companies? What was your reaction to that experience that you had walking the halls of Tech Ventures?
Sure. You know what, Dale? As I said, I try to boil things down to simple terms. Wow was my reaction. And as I'm walking through those halls, and I'm seeing all these organizations, some names that I was able to pronounce and some that I couldn't pronounce. And I've started to learn who those organizations are and what they do and how they do it is important. And my first thing, as I started to walk through those halls, as Chad started to give me the grand tour of our wonderful facility, was that how do we really synergize these organizations? We have separate early stage organizations. How could one assist the other? That's one of the beautiful attributes of an incubator, is to be able to bring those organizations together, to be able to have a different perspective and assist each other with their growth. It's one of our responsibilities from an incubator as well, is bring that collective thought process in minds. And we live there as well. And we will bring those individuals together, and we will assist from that perspective also.
I know it's early, but did you have it? And we're virtual in large measure. The pandemic is still with us. Did you have an opportunity to meet and interact with any of the founders?
Yes, I have. In a few cases, I have. In a few cases, I reached out. And we're working on connecting. It's very hard with COVID and being remote, and we have to ensure that we're responsible from that perspective. But during my tour, I met a few of the CEOs and the presidents of those organizations. Connie, who is our relationship manager for Reading and Berks area, she has reached out to me twice because two of her organizations needed some assistance with a build out with a payment processing application into their website. And I have connections, obviously, and relationships that I have built on the financial services side. So I was able to really kind of do that as a first step for them. That's the exciting part of the organization. Whereas there are relationship managers that we have across our organization that are already reaching out and figuring out ways how we can assist those presidents and CEOs. And if you ask me your first several months here, Ange, what was the most exciting? That is one of the most exciting parts of the job, is connecting with an organization and helping them grow. Because if we assist, we help them grow, they're going to create jobs. That's the vision and mission.
You know, Angelo, I have to say this, and Connie Failer, I hope you're listening. You got a plug on my interview with Angelo. I just want to make that point clear. Angelo, I have one final question, and we're right on time. Okay. There's a creation that is happening now. It's called the Ben Franklin Life Sciences Technology Network. Lots of words. What do those words mean to you?
Well, first of all, that concept really is the brainchild of the organization as a whole, right? But under Wayne's stewardship, he's worked with Connie and Ken and Fred and Doug and Anthony to bring together a set of organizations, a set of philosophy, to be able to really have that conversation and relationship building for new ideas, new concepts, to be able to truly understand what each other is doing. How could they assist each other? At the end of the day, it's about relationships. We individually don't have all the answers, but collectively we do. And that's one of the things that the Life Sciences group does, is that it brings a collective group of great minds together to synergize and to have an understanding. I've used the word synergy many times, and it's truly something that I've been passionate about in my life, to be able to really bring together a collective set of individuals, cultures, races, to really truly bring the best that we can offer at all times.
So this new platform is really a platform that provides greater self-expression, and it's a runway for enterprise builders to enable themselves to move faster and better. And that's very exciting to hear.
It is. And it's a conduit, right? You know, that conduit of a network and relationship building all in one. Now, it's much more than that, but at the end of the day, I like to keep it simple. And simple is a conduit, and it allows for that partnership and connection and relationships, right? You know, it's one of the things that I like to really truly bring to the forefront from a leadership perspective, from a style perspective, right?
Well, our conversation, Angelo, leaves me with many positive impressions. Much appreciate your inspirational words, and welcome aboard on behalf of all of us to the world of Ben Franklin.
Dale, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that you spent some time with me. Thank you very much. Have a great and wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo and Dale. That was terrific. We appreciate your insights and thank you for sharing them with us this afternoon. We're closing the formal iXchange program, but don't leave yet. We've set up breakout rooms for you to talk with Angelo or Chad, congratulate one of our award winners, or network with other guests. To navigate to one of the breakout rooms, you need to be on the most current version of Zoom. You'll see a button labeled Breakout Room that you can click on and then select the room that you wish to join. If your screen is small, it may be on the list of options if you click on the ellipsis button. You can also move from room to room using this button. If you don't have the button or can't find it, hang around here and Ben Franklin staff will help you get to the room you want. We'll be presenting our other major event, Ben Franklin Venture Idol, once again this November. So please look for information on that this fall. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon for the Ben Franklin Technology Partners iXchange.